The iPhone 14 Max will be the iPhone to buy, or the Plus, whatever they call it. The price is the first reason. It's going to be one of the cheapest larger iPhones since the iPhone 8 Plus. That doesn't mean it's a cheap phone, but cheaper than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, for example. It will also be lighter due to Apple using aluminum on the edges. It's a cheaper material that makes the iPhone just a lighter phone. What this leads to is a more comfortable, more manageable, ergonomic phone in the hand for a lot of people. Even though it probably be pretty wide, it will be lighter, so a little bit more comfortable. Now, brightness is probably not going to increase beyond 800 nits, but with the improvements that came to the iPhone 13 at 800 nits of brightness, it was already fantastic, and we all know the OLEDs look great on these iPhones. So this is going to be another fantastic display, even on the Plus or the Max, whatever they want to call this upcoming device. Now, there are concerns about it having the A15 Bionic, but I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you the majority of you out there who even use the iPhone 13 have never pushed this thing to its max potential. There's just nothing you can do on the iPhone really that's going to make this thing break. It just works in pretty much every single thing you do, and everyday applications are a breeze on here. Maybe a game or two will lock it up a couple of times, rarely, but it's very rare. It just doesn't really happen. Now, the cameras are also an area where the Max is definitely going to be a decent option. They're going to have a dual camera setup like what you see here on the iPhone 13, but this dual setup was also fantastic. Had cinematic mode, and for most folks, it was actually a very strong camera offering, giving you results that were not that hard to get a really good result without knowing what you're doing with a camera. Video quality was strong, photo quality was strong. The only thing that really crossed my mind is the zoom strong enough on the iPhone 13, and it wasn't. So we're gonna have to see if the Max gives you some type of zoom beyond the 5x digital. That would be nice, but I'm not sure we're gonna see that. We'll have to see. Another thing is the colorways. They're usually more exciting than the Pro. We should see a product red as usual. This was the Mini here, but it should be a little bit more exciting than the colorways that typically come to the Pro line of devices, which are a little bit more luxurious, but also they're a little bit more dull in my opinion. Now, I will tell you also, battery life is a reason you'll want to consider the 14 Max. Reason being is that it's just a physically larger phone, and it's really gonna destroy the Mini that it replaces with a much larger battery. It should be even better than the iPhone 14. And with this lesser of a phone than like the 14 Pro Max, I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually close. They should both also feature fast charging, so do keep that in mind. Fast charging is coming to these phones. So overall, the iPhone 14 Max is definitely the phone to choose. Better battery life, like we mentioned. It also is going to have a really strong camera, really great speed, regardless if they keep the Apple A15. And overall, just going to be exciting colors with a cheaper price. Storage might not be as high as the Pros, but unless you really need these ridiculously powerful Pro cameras that come to the 14 Pro Max, for example, which if you're not doing professional filmmaking or photography, do you really need that? Ask yourself the question, because even the base cameras on these phones should be amazing. So that's pretty much it for me here. I think it's going to be a blast next month in September with the iPhone 14s. Let me know what you want to see down below. Thumbs up if you found the video helpful, entertaining, informing. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, and peace.